Hello, Barcelona family. Feel free to like and subscribe to the channel to stay updated on everything about Barcelona. In this video, we have three very important pieces of news concerning our beloved club. Let's start with the first. FC Barcelona is about to make one of the most significant decisions in recent years. The imminent departure of Frenkie de Jong, the Dutch midfielder who has worn the Blaugrana jersey since 2019, is about to take a new turn in his career, this time in the Premier League. Manchester United, which has shown great interest in his services for a long time, seems to have taken the decisive step to finalize his transfer. This operation, which is in its final phase, will bring the Blaugrana club an amount close to €55 million. This sum will help strengthen other sectors of the team and give new momentum to the project led by Hansi Flick since his arrival from Ajax. De Jong was considered one of the great hopes for the future of FC Barcelona. His talent, ball-handling skills, and tactical intelligence made him a key piece of the team scheme. However, despite his undeniable quality, his performances have been marked by inconsistency, and he has never managed to reach the expected level. He has had memorable performances, but there have also been long periods where he failed to be the undisputed leader in midfield. The decision to sell De Jong was not taken lightly. 4 years, the club believed in his progress, but the reality is that his integration into the team was never entirely natural. His playing style, more oriented towards driving and verticality, sometimes conflicts with FC Barcelona's philosophy, based on quick ball circulation and positional play dominance. Additionally, the club must balance its accounts and optimize its squad, which led the management to accept Manchester United's offer. The English club has been one of the most insistent suitors in the last transfer window. Since the arrival of Ten Hag, United has repeatedly attempted to recruit De Jong, fully aware of his potential from his time at Ajax. However, the negotiations never came to fruition due to the player's refusal to leave Barcelona. Today, with Ruben Amorim at the helm of the team, the situation has changed. The new coach has requested quality reinforcements to strengthen his project and believes that De Jong can be the leader of his midfield. For FC Barcelona, this sale represents a unique opportunity for the next season. Hansi Flick has assessed the squad and given his approval for De Jong's departure, understanding that his sale will allow the club to make strategic moves in the transfer market. The German coach has a very clear idea of the type of midfielder he needs for his scheme and believes that with the €55 million the club will receive, he can find options better suited to his playing style. Johan Laporta, along with the sports management, is already working on planning the next transfer window, knowing that De Jong's departure is imminent. The amount obtained from his transfer could be used to bring in a top-level defensive pivot, one of the team's main deficiencies in recent times. Additionally, there are plans to invest in a midfielder with greater physical deployment and recovery ability, a profile that Flick considers fundamental to balancing the midfield. The future of FC Barcelona lies in strengthening a team that already has a young and promising core. The presence of PEDRI and GAVI as midfield references offers long-term guarantees, while players like Fermin Lopez have shown they are ready to take on a more prominent role. In this sense, De Jong's departure will not only allow for financial rebalancing, but will also open the door to new signings that could be decisive in the team's evolution. Beyond the economic and sporting aspects, the operation also responds to the need to make bold decisions to continue advancing in the club's reconstruction project. FC Barcelona has gone through complicated times in recent years, and although stability is gradually returning, adjustments still need to be made to guarantee a successful future. The sale of De Jong is part of this strategy, as it will free up salary mass and allow reinvestment in transfers that better adapt to the team's needs. The second piece of news concerns an important decision within the club. Pablo Martin has become one of the great gems of Spanish football, and his talent has not gone unnoticed by FC Barcelona. The young Real Sociedad midfielder has shown an extraordinary level in recent months, establishing himself as a fundamental piece in his team's scheme. At just 21 years old, he has proven that he has what it takes to succeed at the highest level, and his ability to control the game from midfield has made him one of the most sought-after players of the moment. FC Barcelona has been closely following his progress and is seriously considering recruiting him. Hansi Flick, who joined Barcelona with the intention of building a dynamic and talented team, sees Martin as an ideal reinforcement for his project. His vision of the game, tactical intelligence, and technical quality fit perfectly with the Barcelona style, and the management is aware that few opportunities like this arise in the market. The match he recently played against Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey was a demonstration of talent and football maturity. Martin not only held his own against a high-quality team but also became the axis of Real Sociedad's play, directing the midfield with personality and precision. His performance did not go unnoticed, and many at Barcelona consider him a strategic signing to strengthen the squad. FC Barcelona must continue to bet on young players capable of making an impact at the club. It has already demonstrated this with the emergence of PEDRI and the growth of GAVI, but the midfield is an area where it is always good to have multiple options. Martin could bring freshness, creativity, and organizational skills that set him apart among midfielders of his generation. Barcelona's interest in Pablo Martin is no coincidence. The recruitment team has been analyzing his performance for months, and everything indicates that conversations for a possible approach could accelerate in the coming months. Real Sociedad is aware that its young star is in the sights of several teams in Europe, but FC Barcelona has the advantage of offering a football project that aligns perfectly with his characteristics. Martin's style fits with the identity of FC Barcelona. He is a player who thinks quickly, capable of threading passes between the lines, and understands possession play like few others his age. Additionally, his physical deployment and pressing ability make him a modern midfielder, capable of adapting to different needs. Hansi Flick particularly appreciates this type of footballer, and it would not be surprising if the club makes a move in the coming weeks to secure his signing. Of course, recruiting Martin will not be easy. Real Sociedad is a club that knows how to take care of its talents and will not let its young star leave without serious negotiation. However, FC Barcelona has strong arguments to convince both the player and his entourage. The possibility of playing for a team with aspirations for all titles, under the direction of a prestigious coach and in a system of play that values his talent, could be key for Martin to view a future at Camp Nou favorably. FC Barcelona has already shown in the past that it has stayed ahead of the competition when it comes to recruiting young talent. In recent years, it has managed to attract promising players like PEDRI, who arrived from Las Palmas without much fanfare and ended up becoming a key piece of the team. With Pablo Martin, history could repeat itself. He is a player with enormous potential, and his growth could be even greater if surrounded by top-level footballers. The third piece of news concerns an important change at FC Barcelona. Barcelona is about to announce the return of Adama Traoré, who is leaving Fulham and has received the approval of Hansi Flick to strengthen the Blaugrana squad. The Spanish winger, trained at LAMINE, will once again wear the jersey of the club where he was born as a footballer. In an operation considered key in the team's planning, his transfer, which will be at no cost, is an opportunity that the management did not want to miss, as the club needs to strengthen its attack without making significant economic expenditures. Adama Traoré is not arriving to be an undisputed starter, but his incorporation is seen as a strategic reinforcement in the team's offensive rotation. With the imminent departures of Ferran Torres and Ansu Fati, Flick sees the powerful winger as an important piece to complete the squad. His ability to dribble past defenders, imposing physique, and experience in European football make him a reliable option to provide depth and energy in attack. The German coach has analyzed the options available in the market and has given his approval for the operation. Adama is a player who, although he did not shine during his time at Fulham, remains a winger with great explosiveness and unpredictability. His time at Wolverhampton demonstrated that, when given confidence and a clear role, he can be a differential element in certain match contexts. Additionally, his previous stint at FC Barcelona left good impressions in some games, particularly due to his ability to win individual duels and generate danger on the wings. From a sporting management perspective, his arrival is considered a wise decision, not only due to the need to strengthen the attack but also because of the conditions under which the operation is taking place. At a time when FC Barcelona does not have a strong economy for high-caliber transfers, the possibility of incorporating a player with experience and the Blaugrana DNA without transfer fees is a smart move. His contract will be adapted to the new economic reality of the club, allowing for the maintenance of salary balance without compromising future transfers. The imminent departure of Ferran Torres is a fact, as the club seeks to give a turn to its offensive planning and free up salary mass. Similarly, Ansu Fati does not seem to fit into Flick's plans, and his departure seems inevitable, leaving a gap in the squad that Adama can fill with guarantees. Although his role will not be that of a starter, he will have opportunities to demonstrate his value and contribute in a season where FC Barcelona will need bench depth. Adama's return also responds to the need to have different profiles in attack. While players like PEDRI or Rafinha stand out for their technique and association, Traoré brings a more physical and explosive variant. His ability to take on rivals and generate danger in one-on-one situations can be key in tight matches or against closed defenses. Additionally, his commitment to the club is undeniable, and his desire to return demonstrates that he is ready to work and fight for a place in the rotation. The Blaugrana fans have mixed opinions about his return. Some remember his last stint at the club with skepticism, as although he had good moments, his impact on the team was not decisive. However, others consider that his arrival under the current conditions is a wise decision, especially considering the club's economic situation. What is undeniable is that Adama Traoré is a footballer with a unique profile and that, if Flick manages to find an adequate role for him, he can be a valuable resource in the squad. What also plays in favor of Adama's return is his knowledge of the environment. Unlike other transfers that require an adaptation period, the winger already knows what it means to play for FC Barcelona and fully understands the team's playing style. Although he is not a footballer with the associative ability of other players in the squad, his speed and power make him a useful resource in different match contexts. In economic terms, the arrival of Adama Traoré represents a low-risk operation for FC Barcelona. The club prioritizes zero-cost transfers and market opportunities, and the winger's return meets these two conditions. His salary will be adjusted to the new financial reality of the team, allowing the management to maintain room for maneuver for other moves in the transfer market. Furthermore, Hansi Flick considers that having a player like Adama in the squad will give him more flexibility to plan matches. His ability to play on both wings, his explosiveness in one-on-one situations, and his physical resistance make him a viable option both as a substitute in the second half and in matches where a greater physical presence in attack is needed. Now, the big question that fans are asking themselves is, can Adama Traoré make a difference in this new stint at FC Barcelona? His previous time at the club left some doubts, but he also demonstrated that, when in good form, he can be a decisive player at certain moments of the season. Of course, his success will largely depend on how Flick decides to use him. If the German coach manages to maximize his qualities and minimize his weaknesses, Adama can become an important piece of the team. He will not be the star of the project, but his contribution can be key at specific moments of the season. What do you think, Blaugrana fans? Do you believe that Adama Traoré can be a useful reinforcement for the team, or do you think that the club should look for other options in the market? What is clear is that his return is very close to becoming official and that his incorporation responds to a sporting and economic necessity of FC Barcelona.